Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, the good, the noble, the exceptionally knowledgeable because of his multiple years at Magic the Gathering School, Dr. Yukon SuckIt. Yes, you're too kind. Thank you so much. Quit throwing money at me. Yukon SuckIt. Word to your mama. Anyways, I'm coming to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I am bringing to you a deck that I found on AetherHub. I'll put it that way. So it's on AetherHub. It was not rotation proof. I just had to buy one card, mostly one card. And so I swapped that out for something else. It was called Rabble Rousing. And I've made some adjustments to the lands because the lands weren't rotation proof either, as far as I could tell. So, yeah, the deal is that I was putting together a mono green deck and I was playing it. And I realized when I was putting together the mono green deck that post rotation has a lot of good cards that kind of work with humans. And so I started thinking about how much I loved Laid to Rest when I played a deck with Laid to Rest a long time ago. And I thought, I'm going to go look for something that has Laid to Rest and is human centric. And I ran across this Selesnya deck. I thought, well, this isn't mono green. And I started looking at the rest of the cards in here, and I'm like, man, this thing is mostly rotation proof at this point. So there was something else, I think it was Doomscar. Doomscar was in it. And I'm like, I'm just going to take out the Doomscar and put in Vanquish the Horde instead. Because, yeah, Vanquish the Horde, get used to it. It's your new Doomscar. And then I messed around with the lands a little bit because, man lands aren't allowed in at post-rotation. And so I think other than that, I think I might have adjusted the low end a little bit as well. Because I remember there was a lot more Dawnheart Disciples in it, and I thought, I don't really like that as much. And so I moved that stuff. I'm trying to see if I can find the list here real quick. Oh, I got rid of Azusa's Mini Journeys. I put in, I think, more Werewolf. No, the same amount of Werewolf Pack Leaders. I got rid of the Parish Blade Trainee. I can't quite tell you exactly what I was going for here, but I didn't like the way that it was initially set up. I put in all those Intrepid Adversaries. I felt that was the one thing that we really, really needed was Life Gain and Glorious Anthem. Because one thing you really want with a nice, if I'm going for the Horde, which is what I was going through, I wanted to put in the Rabble Rousing. So I threw Rabble Rousing in there. And if you're going to have a Horde, having Glorious Anthems from the Intrepid Adversary is a great way to go. So between the Wedding Announcement and the Intrepid Adversary, yeah, all of your tokens getting maybe +2 or +3. Oh, that's going to be so glorious. So anyways, this is now a Selesnya Horde deck. And if you saw the mono white Horde deck I think I posted yesterday, yeah, I'm sorry. I've got a raging card on for Rabble Rousing right now. I hope won't see it in every deck I play in the near future, but it's quite possible we might see it a bunch. Let's take a look at the cards in the deck real quick, and then we will take it out and see how well it does. At the low end, we've got Luminarch Veteran. So this is, every time another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. We are playing Hordes, so therefore we're expecting to gain a lot of life. The other thing is after it dies and it comes back into play, it says when it comes back into play, it says whenever another creature you control leaves the battlefield, you gain 1 life. Another thing I'm expecting is a lot of my guys to die. So I'm expecting to gain a lot of life between these two versions of the same card. We got Intrepid Adversary, who is a life linker, and he's got 3/1. So he's easy to kill, but he'll get you at least 3 life out of the deal. And if you can put him out later on, you play his kicker price, you can pump him as well as basically making him into various versions of Glorious Anthem. For every counter you put on this guy, let's see, specifically Valor counters. So you can't just put other counters on. It's got to be Valor counters. But anyways, oh man, him and the green counter for Phyrexian would be fantastic, right? But this deck doesn't need the counter for Phyrexian. But anyways, so it doubles up. You got those Valor counters. And it gives everybody else +1/+1. So that's why, I mean, he's a Glorious Anthem, right? Dawnheart Disciple. I'm not sold on Dawnheart Disciple because it's a temporary plus. But basically, whenever another human enters the battlefield under your control, this gets +1/+1 till the end of turn. All right, great. You know, it's like Landfall. You know, this creature will kind of go, "Ooh, look at me, I'm all strong," and then just kind of disappears and does a lot of nothing. But, you know, the original deck had 4 of them in there, so maybe she's got value. We'll see. Werewolf Pack Leader. So this card's double green. It gets you a 3/3. And if you attack with total power of 6 or greater, you draw a card. So you got some card draw going on there. Plus, you have the ability to pay 4 to increase this up to a 5/3 and give it trample, even though it's no longer human at that point. So for a low-end card, it's got a lot of options, and that's what you need. That's what you need in Magic cards. Join the dance. We're just going to start throwing some human tokens out. I think this should help Dawnheart Disciple a bunch. Plus, if we've got, Intrepid Adversary, Glorious Anthony, these guys could be 2/2s, 3/3s, all good, right? We got Borrowed Time. So this is our ability to do some control. It can take out any non-land permanent an opponent controls. Plus, being that it's just an artifact, or an artifact, an enchantment, you don't have to worry about creature kill taking it out. So it's a more secure way of keeping people's stuff pinned down. Wedding Announcement throws out 1/1 white human tokens, and then at the end it becomes a Glorious Anthem. So despite the fact this has got vampires written all over it, there is nothing vampire about this card. It's human, 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 Glorious Anthem. So this is a perfect board deck card. We got Adeline, the Resplendent Cathar, whose power is equal to the number of creatures you control, and every time she attacks, she pumps out a 1/1 white human token, which therefore makes her 1 stronger. This chick is going to be so powerful in this deck. Problem is that she's vigilant, but she can also be just wiped out. She might be nice to have. This might be nice to have the. I think that this is gone now because it's going to be in Kaldheim. I'm thinking the shield that gives everything ward 1 essentially and loses 1 point of damage being dealt to it. Yeah, that's a Kaldheim. I missed that card. I'm going to miss it so bad. Tauren's Fist of the Angels. So he's a legendary. He's a trainer. But he gets bigger as he attacks with creatures that are bigger than him. And whenever you cast a creature spell, you put out an additional 1/1 green and white human creature who also has training. Unfortunately, they are not hasty attackers like the stuff that Adeline pumps out. But yeah, more for the Horde, right? More for the Horde. Laid to Rest. Whenever a human you control dies, you draw a card. You need card draw. That's one of the things that green doesn't provide a whole lot, is the ability to draw cards. And if you're playing with a lot of humans, a lot of weak humans, this will get you cards. Whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter dies, you gain 2 life. And we are hoping. Do we have much +1/+1s being passed out so far? We got training on this guy. And this guy's got some +1/+1 counters. But no, not so much. Yeah, in fact, that's pretty much it. All right. So, I don't know about the life gain on this. We could maybe do better, maybe later on. Here we go. Here is the Rabble Rousing. This is what this deck is all about, Rabble Rousing. So it costs you 5. When it comes into play, you got Hideaway 5, which means you take a look at the top 5 cards of your library, you put 1 underneath this card. And then as soon as you have 10 or more tokens in play, or not tokens, but just creatures, then you get to play that card for free. Hopefully you get something good. You pop it. Other than that, whenever you attack, you basically then put out citizen tokens equal to the number of creatures you just attacked with. So you will double the amount of attacking creatures every turn. They don't attack, they just sit there. But then again, it's like if you have these guys out, you gain tons of life. If you got the Glorious Anthem people out, they become 2/2s, 3/3s, 4/4s maybe. And just a ginormous horde. One of the things you kind of think is weird is we have Vanquish the Horde. And this is a Horde deck. Why would I want to vanquish my own Horde? Because sometimes you just need to do it. Sometimes you got to wipe the board. And for the number of creatures out, it makes it that much cheaper, which means you will be able to play this for 2. A lot. And you're going to be wiping out your own dudes. A lot. But the good thing about this deck is that it can recover. Keep a couple creatures in your hand, like a Join the Dances, even if you keep that in flashback, right? Because you throw out 2 of those guys, that means they can attack. You create 2 more, suddenly up to 4. You know, the rabble rousing will help you recover from a Vanquish the Horde pretty quickly. So don't be scared of it. It will save your life. Over here in the land category, we got one that'll do 4 points of damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Right here we have one card that will disenchant an enchantment or artifact or a non-basic land, but it allows them to draw a basic land from their hand to replace it, or from their graveyard to replace it. We got some dual lands, the good kind, that's only tapped provided that you play it like in the first 2 turns. If you're playing it from turn 3 or 4, 3 or more, then it comes out nice and fast. Everything's great. And other than that, we got a bunch of basic lands in there. Nothing in the sideboard because Lesson doesn't exist anymore. And to me, that was the only good time to put Lesson. The other thing was what? The Angel that kept everything. But guess what? That's Kaldheim as well. So nothing for the sideboard anymore. All right, so that's the deck. Let's hoard up, baby. All right, playing against FriscoBandito. And we got lots of good stuff. Let's keep it. Except we need double white, don't we, to be able to do like half the things in our deck there. Well, let's assume it's going to come along the way. All right, there's a pack leader. Actually, this werewolf doesn't actually like werewolf, you know? Doesn't turn into a werewolf at one point. He just stays like half human all the time. So I know Dragon's Guard's Leech should not be allowed to exist. So we will borrow time that thing when he chooses to not block with it. Yeah, this guy's got enchantments to buff up creatures. We're probably not going to be able to pull this one across. Probably have to vanquish the Horde at some point to be able to make this work for us. All right, here's 4. Let's just go ahead and put this guy out. All right, so that's going to bump up the Werewolf Pack Leader to 4. And I'll attack. All right, let's see what we got going on here. So once again, Francisco does not have any card sleeves and does not have a pet. He seems very slow. So I'm guessing that Francisco is fairly new to the game. All right, you can do 6. Alright, and we're up to 8. No blocks. Come on. There you go. Good job. All right, I'll turn off some lights over here. There we go. All right. Do I really want to? If I'm going to be able to blow the board, let's just go for it. Let's go for it. This will get us an additional dude. Tapped and attacking. Okay, I didn't realize that guy was going to be vigilant. That's not cool. Oh well. There we go. All right, FriscoBandito, you need to make a decision. Either of my 4s are going to be perfectly good. I'd go after the dude with lifelink. That's not really the right choice. The fact you're not putting another dude out means you don't have another dude. Alright, let's pick up some more life. I don't have enough mana for all this, do I? If I drop 1, I'll be down to 3. There's not enough for it. Drop 2. Still, I'm not enough to do it. Am I going to have to put a couple guys out just so I can play this on the next turn? Let's just do that. Ah, there we go. So at least I can block, and then there'll still be 4 dudes out, which will give me 4 mana. Yeah, okay, that's fine. This thing, it doesn't have vigilance, just he's casting vigilance on him. Okay. Yeah, he's got a guy. All right, we're fine. That's even better. That is one of the lamest animations I've seen. I shall teach you much. It's kind of creepy. An owl having arms like that. That thing's got like 6 limbs. Of course, he'd pick things up with his feathers otherwise. Look at me. All right, pull the trigger there. Come on. There we go. I'm right here with you. It's perfectly fine. All right, all attack. Oh, I'm not going to cause any damage, am I? So I'm not going to get any lifelink out of the Intrepid Adversary. Here, I'll like pretend like I'm going to do something here. Ooh, look at me. I'm going to do something. All right, take the other two. Take the other two. Come on. You can do it. There we go. And wipe the board. Your turn. All right, let's see what we can pound out here. That would have been really nice. I did that in such the wrong order. I just didn't feel like doing math. That was my problem. And we win. Victory! Alright, we're playing against NoodleSnack. What do we got? 23. Oof. Guess we got a couple of Dawn Hearts to help us out. Alright, keep. I always thought these were kind of cool, but I just didn't think I could use them. These weren't quite my style. Alright, let's get out that extra, and let's go ahead and Disciple. I'm thinking Dawnheart, then join the dance, because that's going to make them buff. Well, they'll jump up by 2, but... I have entered the battlefield. I am now stronger because of you. Thank you so much for joining. I'm a turtle. Let's see, with Death Touch at that. Let's get dangerous. Autopay. All attack. There you go. Go ahead and lose a turtle, my friend. All right, NoodleSnack. Ooh, you're going to take the damage. I guess you think you're going to be doing something with, like, against artifacts or enchantments? That's your deal there, huh? Alright, let's start off by borrowing some time. It's going to look a lot like this. And then we'll play this. Whoop, whoop. All attack for 8. Back up to 5. Yeah, you only got 1 mana now after this. I don't know what you're going to do with it. I mean, I could do what? 6 points of damage? Just one more over. All right, there we go. And we win. Victory! All right, we're playing against Rulle. Was it Rulle? I can't tell. I've never seen that word before. 3 mana. Couple intrepid victories. This is looking good, except for we need 1 more white. But I believe we'll get there. I believe it. Deep. We're playing against Tasty Red. Boros. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and start out the Dawnheart Disciple. Send in the Luminarch. There you go, Bloody Nose. All right, so we still can't play Adeline at this point. I'm going to go ahead and join the dance because we can do an intrepid adversary on the next turn. I'll attack. What do we got here? Yeah, okay, you're taking out one of those little guys. Good for you. Yeah, no block. We're cool. Alright, there's our double. Let's go ahead and put out the life gain and the glorious anthem all in one. Auto pay. Auto pay. No attacks, we're cool. And that flying guy is just outside of our reach. There's nothing we can do about that guy. We're just gonna have to... Let's keep up a block for the moment. Alright, Dawnheart Disciple's gonna look pretty good on the next turn. Yeah, there's another shot. Die, Rabbit, die. Alright, so, yeah, that flying guy is going to be the death of us. I could block when he's got trample there. Interesting. Is that going to get us anything? What do I have here? He's in come close lethal 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. He could just let it through. Oh, can't do it. Oh, this suck. Oh, man. Another white. We could have wiped the board. Just do it, man. Right here. Boink, 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 boink. Fly across. Kill me. You can do it. Come on. Come on down. There you go. There you go. Sweet, sweet darkness of defeat. Our opponent against BilboSwaggons. Let's try to keep it. Banish a horde. Don't look to see how expensive those are. That doesn't really matter. Rabble rousing is a 5. Borrowed time takes 3. I can get this guy out definitely. I am guessing that we'll be able to get another mana at some point. There we go. Hello, I am the Dawn High Disciple. Because I have no other creatures in my hand to help pump her up at all. Steal. All attack. Alright, so I will be able to put out Rabble Rousing. That'll help to climb the pump here. Because I can't go up against that guy, can I? What is that guy going to do? Ugh. I don't know, man. I guess Werewolf Pack Leader. No attacks. Well, let me take some damage here. And wipe the board. And move along. I got a couple of dudes. What's going on here? Oh, sweet googly moogly. Let's see. At the beginning of your step, second one you do that much damage. Let's just get one through. It's fine. I mean, will this just... If I just let this go with gaining all the life from these guys... He's just going to kill the other one? You just make me want to destroy everything on the board again. There you go. Hopefully nothing great. Yeah, it's not too great. That's okay. Alright, if I really want to get this pumped, I gotta do this. I know you're just top decking, so hopefully... That's not so bad. Ooh, 3. That's rough. I'll block with 1. Getting a little bit of life out of the deal. Blitzed himself. And we win! Ooh! Victory! Alright, we're playing against Liliana. Wow, somebody is invested in Liliana. Alright. Oh, ooh, that is a nice collection. No creatures. We got a wedding announcement, though. Can't do anything till 3. That's the other thing. Alright, so I got a blocker. Oh yeah, he's going for my throat. Why isn't he getting more creatures out? There's another one. All right, so we have 5. I need 6 for that. Let's just take care of the dragon and put out this guy as a blocker. Let's start turning the tide. He's got 1 card in his hand. 2. He's got 2 cards. So do I, though. Alright, so he's got that hide the manland up there. Let's go ahead and lay something to rest. No tax. All right, so for his game, waiting is not good. For me, it is good. He's got to come at me now because this is when I'm at my weakest in comparison to the potential for my future. I think he's trying to lure me into a trap. Ooh, this would be nice. Auto pay. Auto pay. There we go. Yeah, I'll attack. That's fine. Go on in, Wolf. He wanted to block with his Den of the Bugbear. But things are not looking good for him at the moment. And we win! SuckIt, Liliana! Victory! Alright, so here we are with Selesnya humans, and for being a rotation-proof deck, this was surprisingly mature. I think it's because it's making use of mechanics that came out, within the last year. And so it is right in line with what it wants to do, and so therefore it's doing a really good job. It was an incredibly fun deck. I really like it. So who was the real hero here? It was Rabble Rousing. Rabble Rousing is so much fun. I really, really liked it. Secondly, Vanquish the Horde, because you just need to wipe the board. And do we actually might need 4 in here? It's possible. 3 seem to be okay. There's sometimes you're just like, I just need to wipe the board. Please give me a Vanquish the Horde. In that case, yeah, you may always want to have. It just sucks if you're because this deck wants to put out tons of dudes, and what are you going to do? So, Adeline, of course, was fantastic, doing what Adeline loves to do. Who I downplayed at first was Dawnheart Disciple. But Dawnheart Disciple just really blows up in a rabble rousing situation. Plus, getting the extra from like an Adeline or a Join the Dance scenario makes them go crazy. So, I'm not a big... It's one of the reasons I kind of didn't like Landfall is because so much of Landfall was just a temporary increase for the nice cheap dudes. And that's what this guy's doing too. Dawnheart Disciple is like Landfall, but it's when humans come into the battlefield under your control. The good news is that humans aren't limited to 1 per turn like lands are for the most part. It's a lot easier to sneak these guys out. Intrepid Adversary, once again, is just... He's like the ray of hope. I kind of wish the art was a little brighter than that. But as soon as this dude comes back out, it's like you're just like, oh, the game might actually turn for me at this point. Because he's got that life link, which if you get at least 3 life, maybe that's going to turn the game. But even more so, if you get 1 or 2 kicks on him, I'd like to see this be listed as kicker, because I just really hate the way that you spend like 1,000 words just to say kicker, 1 in white, right? If anything, I wish that they would just re-update, the words on this thing so that it'd be cleaner to read. But anyways, he becomes so much more powerful, helps everybody else out, and has lifelink. He's so incredible, and he's so cheap. Excellent, right? So anyways, yeah, this deck was really good. Really good. As far as like what's my win rate with it, is 50%. 50%, right? I'm trying to see how well it did there. It did way better on play than it did on the draw. Oh, and it wasn't 50%, it was 57%. So, yeah, no, it did fairly well. It is not super competitive, but I mean, it's competitive enough to be a playable deck that's going to win more times than it doesn't. So is this a competitive deck? I'm going to give it into like the 75% range of that, right? So I'm going to get it as an A- just on its competitiveness right there. And then I'm going to ask myself, was this fun? And it absolutely was. I'm going to give this 100% on the fun ratio. And then the question is, was it interesting? No, there wasn't any super cool things going on. I didn't have to make my mind up about things. It wasn't in particular. I mean, I'm talking about interesting. I'm talking about decks that you sort of like Voltron together some various pieces, and you get to make and decide how your deck's going to go. This deck's pretty much just get out a bunch of little dudes, look for the right times, and then put things out. So I'm not going to say interesting. Another problem is that, like, you ask yourself, is there a bunch of new cards I'm playing with? And the answer is no. The only card I'd say that I found like interesting was Dawnheart Disciple, just because you don't ever see it get played, and I've never played with it. So that was a new card for me. Laid to Rest is kind of an interesting card. Because it allows you to draw cards when your humans die. And you can also gain life from the deal too. So it's not really interesting per se. It's just, it provides a little bit extra to help you get along with the way things go. So anyways, I'm going to say because of how it's not a bad deck as far as being competitive, and it's way fun to play, I'm going to give this deck a solid A and would recommend that you play it. So if you so choose to play this deck, either pre or post rotation, I hope that you have as much fun with it as I did. All right, that's all for now. If you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the underground secret headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, I want you to have a great day. In the words of my people, word to your mother. Bye.